we go. Right, podcast. This is number 2. Not that it really matters what we're going with. Right, so I want to talk a little bit about my induction form and how we take people on. Now, all PTs should ask you some questions and get you to fill something in, whether they do it face-to-face or whether they do it, send you it online. I send you mine online, about what your life is like and what goes on in it and what you want out of life. So I always ask people at the start, what's your life goal? What's going on? And a lot of times people put in, I just want to get toned up. I'm like, no, that's your fitness goal. What's your life goal? And next to it, the little prompt is, do you want to graduate? I used to work in a gym right next to a university, so I'd get a lot of students. Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to have a baby? Do you want to have more babies? Do you want to get promoted? What's going on with you? Because this gives me a good idea of what's going on with you as a person, what's going on with you, where you are in your life right now, exactly what's going on. Because it's always important to have something to aim towards, to look towards, some kind of hope that you're going to be having a better life, which is important. I think when you're motivated, certainly when I get a good, clear understanding from someone about what the life goal is, from there I get a lot better results. If someone's a bit airy-fairy on that, they're generally airy-fairy on the rest of the things they put in, and then it can be difficult to work with them, setting targets, finding goals, going that little bit deeper into why they sat in front of me, why they want some personal training, and what's going on with them. And life goal comes first, because a lot of a simplistic answer is that, say you wanted to compete in bodybuilding but you also wanted a family. For a female, this is difficult because when you restrict calories right down and you're training twice a day, 3 times a day to get on stage, I don't have anything to do with this kind of preparation, by the way, but that can stop your ovulation, it can stop your periods and stuff like that. So that's going to be, it's counterintuitive to having a family. That's the simplest one I can think of. But again, if you're saying, right, I want 10 personal training sessions, but I don't have a job, or I think 3 personal training sessions a week could be ideal for me, but you actually really, really want a house, and it's important for you to have that basis where they don't slot together. And a lot of the time people finish the personal training because they're saving for a house, which is kind of a natural life progression from having a nice body to having a nice house to then start a nice family. I feel the people I've worked with a lot in the past, when they've been young and single and fancy free, they want to work on the body, and that's very important to them. But once a family sort of starts coming on the horizon and having a house, fitness kind of takes a backward step. So you kind of need to know how this can affect whether they're going to be with you for a long time, whether they're going to be with you for a short time, how long spend with them kind of can affect what sort of behaviours you try and change with them and try and involve them with. So I feel like it's important to know people's life goals. You get a lot better feel of person when you know what the life goal is and you know what the future is, and what they've got mapped out in their own mind for themselves. I'm having a glass of wine because it's the evening. I know it's black and white, you can't really tell, but it's the evening. So if someone's got the things planned out, you know exactly where they're going to go, and you know how to speak to them a little bit better, and it just breaks down another line of communication where you can get in this person's head a bit more and help them when they're looking at sort of life goals, especially like if they want to move to Australia in the next 6 months. It changes It changes how you speak to them. It changes the things you're doing. This is on the context that I like to work with people for a long time, rather than do a 6-week transformation plan. That's not really my bag. I'd rather work with people a long time. So that's the first question in your survey. I mean, I have a few bit of business stuff and a bit of health and safety, but then it's like, boom, life goals. What's going on with you? After that, I want to know what your fitness goals are and what you're trying to achieve with a personal trainer. This is important for me to know, so I can then make sure if this is realistic, if this is a smart goal. If you're specific, some people, if they come and see me and they say, right, I want to get really ripped, but I want to get really, really massive as well. Obviously that can't happen. It's tricky. We can build muscle and lose fat at the same time, but if you're chasing, as Johnny Gratian said the other week on Instagram, if you're chasing 2 hares, you won't get one. So yeah, we need to get a little bit of focus on exactly what people are doing and exactly how they're training. Obviously, we're just coming at end of lockdown tomorrow, lockdown number 2 in the UK tomorrow. So a lot of people have been training in parks and making the best of what they can do with a few kettlebells and elastics and stuff like that. So training's not been great for the most part of people. So yeah, absolutely, I need to know what your training goal is and why, and chisel you down to one thing that we can aim for, and then from that, that's when we can start building in the right behaviours. We can start either adding calories, taking calories. We can start giving more protein, and the training plan that we've got in ahead of you. Yeah, it's really important to know that. And again, this is important for me sometimes if it's my first meeting and you're really keen on being, I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but say you wanted to go in a bodybuilding show, well, that's nothing that I can do with, and that's not my area of expertise. So yeah, it'd be right, off you go see someone else, go see Ricky Moore, go see Emma Heineman, go see someone who's competed at that level. I don't know anything about bodybuilding shows. If you're a beginner walking into the gym, that's who I prefer working with, and that's who I get the best results with. So yeah, I feel like I can help a beginner better, progress them, work with them for so long, and then if they want to continue and go into more detail on bodybuilding, show preparation, things like that, absolutely, off you go see someone else about bodybuilding. Right, so that's the first 2 questions I ask you. Getting up to my time limit now, so yeah, I'm going to cap it. I appreciate these can be a little bit boring with me just talking, so if you're listening and you've got this far and you feel like you'd like one to come on and ask either me some questions, or you'd like to promote your own PT business, because a lot of PTs watch these, yeah, drop me a shout and we'll get you on. Right, boom, done. If you want to know any more, I'm sure you know how to find me. You found this podcast, so it's pretty easy to get hold of me via all the usual social channels. Thank you very much. Bonjour.